Right, so today I wanted to do something a little bit different. As you guys know, for the past... As you guys know, for the past year and a bit, I want to say a bit more, coming up to 2 years, I've been doing Twitch streams on Twitch, evidently, hence why they're Twitch streams, not YouTube streams, Facebook streams, or any other kind of stream. OnlyFans, hit me up, you know. Fucking hell. You know, but yeah, I've been streaming on Twitch for about nearly 2 years, and I just wanted to come on here, just give some advice, pointers, point people in the right direction for if any of you guys are interested in starting streaming on any kind of platform, excluding OnlyFans, 'cause it's not that kind of channel, but any other, like, if you wanted to start, like, streaming games or, you know, stuff like that, just give some guys a few pointers, give some guys a few, like, tips and tricks of the trade coming from someone who is not making an income off of Twitch, not making an income off of YouTube, someone who's very much still at that early stage of, you know, only having a few people coming to the streams at a time. But I feel like advice from my kind of personal experience would be good, because my experience is what most people will experience on Twitch. You're not going to get, the first thing I want to say is you're not going to get overnight success. You're not going to find that your first stream, actually your first stream might do well. Your first stream might do well, your second stream might do well, your third stream might do well, and then after a bit, after you've settled into streaming, this is at least what happened to me, you'll kind of fade in and out of having, you know, two or more people coming to your stream. After, like, the weak point, if you don't have, like, that steady, if the people who come to your first streams to, like, check you out don't follow and don't engage throughout for that first, like, time, and they don't show active, like, interest in your streams, they're probably not going to stay any longer than that one stream. You're gonna get a lot of people that just don't chat. That's the trick of the thing. It's like with YouTube, not everyone comments. You know, there's a lot more people that just watch the videos passively and don't engage than the people who do engage. And because you can't like a stream while it's ongoing, the only way that you can get that feedback and that you know, knowing if something's going wrong, something's going right, is to engage with your chat. So the first thing that I'll say to get that engagement, to get people, you know, using your chat more often, you know, the remedy is always have more people watching at every time. But also, if you only have that one person in your chat, talk to them, ask questions to your chat, try and make your streams as interactive as possible. Like, whenever I'm playing Avengers, whenever I'm playing it and I'm not going into something that I'm playing with other people, I will get the chat to pick which characters I go in with. I do the same thing when I'm playing something like Injustice 2, when I'm playing, like, any game where there's some kind of player choice involved. I will get the chat to do stuff to, like, make the choice for me, or to, like, say if I'm doing a puzzle in a game where there is some kind of puzzle, you know. And also, if you're playing a multiplayer game, always try and involve your chat. If they want to come in and play with you, sure, do it. Obviously, if they take the piss with that, then you know not to play with them again. But, you know, it's always worth like playing games with chat and playing games with the viewers as well. That always helps, because if you're interacting with your viewership, that means that those people will be like, hey, this guy's really good, he actually talks to his chat, and he makes you feel like, or he, she, they make you feel like an actual part of their community, and make you feel like you're a part of the stream as much as they are. It's not just like the streamer is the entertainer and the audience is the entertained. The streamer and the audience work in tandem together, which is why it's live, you know. And that's the thing that I always want to make clear on my streams. It's something that every streamer should do, especially when they're going through the growing phase. Obviously, when you've got more than 1,000 people watching and the chat is really quick, it's very difficult to get that kind of thing, that kind of thing. That's why you have super chats on YouTube. That's why you have like donator chats on streams and text to speech on streams as well. Some people will take the piss with that, but those people can piss off, you know. But anyways, the thing with that's kind of your basis covered for how to actually get an audience, make sure the audience stays. Just engage with chat, and hopefully the chat should engage with you back. And more people, if they see you engaging with the people that are already there, they will feel more comfortable to engage as well. If someone just says hi in the chat, say hi back. If someone says how are you, just say good and say how are you back. If that's all you want to do at the start, that's great. And then as you get more comfortable talking to the chat, I know a lot of people, me as well, go into streaming and we have like anxiety problems, we have problems talking to people in real life, and you know, the more you get used to speaking to chat, that should help you in your real life as well. So another thing that I want to talk about is dealing with grief on stream, dealing with like not like dead loved ones grief, but dealing with like bad apples in your chat. You want to take them out of your chat as soon as possible. So if someone says something that you don't necessarily agree with, like something that's racist, homophobic, transphobic, you know, anything like that, you want to nip it in the bud as soon as possible, because not only are those things like just wrong to say in general, it can actually have an adverse effect on your stream, or have an adverse effect on the people watching your stream. If they see you allowing that stuff, they will think that you agree with those points of view, which if you're a decent person you shouldn't. But you know, nipping those things in the bud is kind of the thing that you should do. So start off with a warning for the person. If they do it again, time them out. They do it again, kick them from the chat. That's the easiest way to do it. But you know, that stuff is gonna happen often, and you know, knowing how to deal with it in the right way is important on stream, because you don't want to lose your temper on stream, because that can be clipped and that can be shared on Twitter, and then you're the streamer that had a go at like lost your temper, and then you become a meme. You become a meme like Ninja did. Or you know, people will hate you, and you'll lose that following that people know of you as an angry streamer, an angry person, and then you'll lose the viewership that you built. So it's very important that you stay calm in those situations. Another thing you have to deal with is bots. Bots is a big problem with Twitch, and they have they have a terrible track record for letting bots into streams. Hate raids don't really happen as often as you kind of expect them to. If you get hate raided, you're gonna be at a point where you know how to deal with it at that point, and you're gonna be at a point where you will have moderators, you will have people in your chat that can deal with stuff like that. I've never had to deal with it myself, thank God, but you know, if you are at a point where people are actively targeting to hate raid you, you probably have enough people in your chat at that point that will either come to your defense, or they are already your moderators and they're already you know, people that can nip that in the bud as soon as it starts happening, and as soon as those hate raids come, they will kind of go and brush under the rug, and nothing that gets said in the chat will have an adverse effect on you as the streamer. It shouldn't, because what gets said in the chat, it should have an adverse effect on the person saying it, not the streamer themselves, because it's kind of like going to school, getting bullied, going to a teacher and saying, hey, I'm getting bullied, and then the person being bullied gets put in detention, and the person that's the actual bully gets, you know, a slap on the wrist or something. You know, that's how Twitch likes to operate. I know it kind of sounds off-putting to most people, but that's how Twitch likes to operate. And you know, that's Twitch. Hopefully they change that rule pretty soon. But you know, that's how it is. That's kind of all that I have. Just don't expect to kind of get an audience straight away, and don't force other people to be interested in your content as well. That's kind of a big thing. If you get to the point where you want to make a Discord server or something, you know, don't go around inviting loads of people that aren't on your streams. Keep your Discord server to people that are coming to streams and stuff. That's kind of a big thing as well. That should be obvious, you know, but you know, that's kind of all the things that kind of trip me up, really. You're gonna find that, you know, like the biggest thing for me was the bots, really. That was the biggest thing for me starting out. It was like, you get the bots that will put like, do you want free subscribers, free this, that and the other followers, and you know, just click this link and sign up here. You know, don't use links that are put in your chat at all, unless if it's from the streamer itself. And it's, you know, this is for anyone that even watches a Twitch stream. Don't use don't use any links that are put in chat, unless if they're put in by the streamer themselves. There is a way to block links anyway, there is a way to block links apart from the ones that are put in by the streamer, but I personally don't do that, because I don't have enough people coming into the streams to warrant that anyway. But you know, once that becomes like a problem, and that, like, if anyone does decide to click on that link, one, they're probably an idiot, and two, I'll just get all links deleted anyway. But it's probably a good thing to get all links deleted anyway in chat. So do that. Keywords as well. There is a way on Twitch to like highlight keywords as well. There are loads of actual Twitch tutorials to go in and to watch. The one thing as well, get yourself a capture card as soon as possible. If you're on PlayStation, don't use the PlayStation streaming software. I mean, if you want to start out and because you don't have the money to afford a capture card, then by all means do it, but know something beforehand. Some scenes in games, some games, are blocked when you're actually recording through the device. So if you want to stream through a PlayStation 4, 5, I had it with Final Fantasy 7, with Final Fantasy 7 Remake. The entire last 2 hours were blocked because I was recording through the PlayStation. So the entire last 2 hours of my stream when I was playing that was just blue screen with the X, triangle, square, circle just bopping up and down while I was playing Final Fantasy 7 Remake. If you want to avoid stuff like that happening, get yourself a capture card, get yourself a decent mic. The one I've got is relatively cheap, relatively affordable, but it's a decent mic and it works well. So yeah, you don't need top of the range stuff to get started. You don't need top of the range stuff to get started, and I probably wouldn't invest in getting a top of the line camera until you're making money off of Twitch. I don't use a face cam, not because I necessarily don't want to. I would love to at some point, but I don't really want to make the investment to buy a face cam if I'm not making money from streaming. Once streaming becomes a income source for me, then sure, I'll shell out a bit more money on it. But until that point, then, I'll buy new games that I'm interested in, and there you go. That's another thing. A lot of people, what I was told before going in was, a lot of people will probably tell you, just play what's popular. Just play what's popular on Twitch. Go into the what's being streamed at the moment and play what other people are playing. That is, that's okay advice for someone if you are into that kind of stuff. But play what you're interested in. Play the games that you like, or games that you are passionate about. Or do the things that you are passionate about. If you wanna, use Twitch to record a podcast that you're gonna put elsewhere, do that. If you want to use Twitch to play, for me, I play superhero games predominantly comic book based games. I've been playing Mortal Kombat recently. I played through Final Fantasy 7 Remake. I'll be playing through the new Final Fantasy next month when it comes out. A little bit of Destiny here and there. I may or may not be getting the new expansion. May or may not be. It depends on how Destiny does on streams to justify getting the next expansion, because it's 50 quid per expansion. What the fuck, Destiny? But yeah, that's my thing. And it's just play the games that will appeal to your target demographic. So if you're into comic books, play comic book games. If you're interested, if you really like RPGs, play RPGs. If you really like platformers, play platformers. It doesn't matter what you decide to play. Just play things that you can bring your own flavor into. You can play stuff that you're passionate about, and do stuff that you're passionate about, and the people that are passionate about that as well will find you, and they will be interested in your stuff because they can chat with you about it, and you'll be able to connect on a level that you wouldn't be able to if you're trying to get a certain audience and then you play Fortnite, for example. Like, that's the thing that I've had to deal with as well. Like, I'm one of those people that tries to get a certain type of audience, and then it's okay, obviously listen to your audience if they tell you to do something, or if more than a few people tell you to do something with your streams, probably best to listen. But if someone tells you to do something or play something that's completely the opposite of what you've been doing initially, if you've been spending most of the best part of 2 years playing something like Avengers, or playing something like Injustice 2, Mortal Kombat, etc., and then you're told to play Phasmophobia because it's popular, even though it's not really the kind of game that you've been playing for the last 2 years, and it's not your cup of tea, and you can't really do anything necessarily, you can't do anything necessarily more special than anyone else has already done, and there's not really much reason for you to play, for people to watch your stream of Phasmophobia, because you're not that engaged with the game. So how would anyone be engaged with your stream of that game? So, that probably wouldn't be a good, idea, a good plan. Just play stuff that engages with you, and if you're engaged with the game that you're streaming, then the people watching will be engaged with your stream. That's how I've always looked at it. If you play what you're already a fan of, then you will find people in that community that are interested in the same things as you, and it will be a lot more fun for you. It'll be a lot more fun for your audience if that's the case. It won't be fun if you're trying to force an interest in something that's really popular that you don't really care about, and I made that mistake with Rocket League. I tried playing Rocket League for a week. I tried to get into it, I didn't, but the people that were coming into that stream just weren't the kind of people that I wanted watching my streams, weren't the kind of people that I wanted, weren't the kind of people that I wanted to represent what my community was meant to be, or what I want my community to be. For lack of a better word, they were just generally not nice people. So, it's just about fitting into a niche, and the main thing you have to take away, because you need to have fun doing it. That's the main thing. If you're not having fun doing it, the main thing going into something like Twitch streaming is it is meant to be fun. It's meant to be fun. At the end of the day, yes, the eventual outcome is meant to be a career, or that's the eventual outcome for most people that go into streaming, that go into content creation in any form. It's to turn it into a career, but it has to be fun. It has to be fun. If you're not having fun streaming, it will fuck with your head, and you will, because you will spend so much time, and in most cases, a lot of money on, going into something that you're not fully into. So you have to make sure that you're enjoying what you're doing to justify not only the monetary investment, but the time investment as well. If you don't enjoy streaming, then it's probably not for you. If you are doing it for a little bit and you're finding that you're not getting as much out of it as you thought you would, and you're genuinely just not interested in streaming, then it's probably not for you. But yeah, at the end of the day, streaming is, however you look at it, a very lucky business to get into. If you do end up getting successful with it, if it does end up working out for you, you're in a very privileged position, because you get to work from home, you get to play video games for a living, and you don't have a boss, really. I mean, you have like the CEO of Twitch, or the CEO of YouTube, or the CEO of whatever company you decide to stream for, but you don't have a boss in the same sense of your regular 9 to 5. You make your own hours. You can literally play a game all day. Like, I know someone, Miller, the guy who does all the Avengers leaks, he's literally doing a 365-day marathon. He is streaming the entirety of this year, which is friggin' insane, but also good on him for being able to do it. And it shows you what you can do with Twitch, and why Twitch is such an amazing platform. So yeah, there is a place to carve out for anyone in there. That's the biggest thing, and that's the thing I wish I knew before I started, before I started doing streaming, or before I started doing content creation in general, is you don't have to pretend to be something else that you're not. There is an audience out there for whoever and whatever. If you wanna stream 365 days of the year, do it. You can do it. The technology is there to be able to do it. Just make sure your camera's charging all the time. If you wanna stream some really niche game, you can. If you want to, if you want to play Fortnite, you can. There's an audience for it. If you want to play God of War, you can. There's an audience for it. If you want to strip off in your bathtub, there's a different site for that, but there is an audience for it. There's a lot of things on Twitch, and you can do whatever you want. And it feels weird doing a video promoting Twitch in this way on YouTube, but also that Twitch is where my head is at the moment. It's where I want to take this community. I want to take this little bubble of people that I've collected over the course of the last 6-7 years, almost 8 years. Almost 8 years. Is it even almost 8 years? It's got to be 7 years or 6 years. It's got to be 6 years. 2018, I started doing videos properly. Yeah, 6 years. Fucking hell, nearly half a decade. Over half a decade of doing, YouTube. That's mad. Honestly mad. And yeah, that's where I want to take you guys in the foreseeable future. Just want to do fun things. I really enjoy streaming, and it's honestly the best thing that I've decided to do. ever. And it's so fun, and it's something that I really enjoy doing. So I just, want to move on to bigger and better things with it. And bigger and better things with the YouTube channel as well. So if you like this video, if it helped you out in any way, let me know in the comment section below. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, notification bell. Share this video with your family and friends and anyone you know who may or may not be wanting to start on Twitch. Hopefully this might help some people that are starting out in their streaming career. And also, go on over to Luke1Does2 stuff over on Twitch TV, and you will be able to see me play probably Destiny tonight. More than likely Marvel's Avengers at some point whenever they decide to drop any fucking content. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll see you guys in the next stream possibly. And peace.